In the heart of Ravenwood City, the clock begins its relentless countdown. The rain drums incessantly on the pavement, each drop a reminder of secrets lurking just beneath the surface. People hustle past the dimly lit storefronts, lives entangled in a web of choices and consequences, oblivious to the storm brewing within. As whispers of betrayal reach dark corners of the city, alliances shift like shadows and trust becomes a precious commodity. The tension thickens, pressing heavily on the hearts of those caught in the chaos. In a frenzied race against time, characters are unveiled, motives examined, and truths confronted. What was once hidden emerges into the light, as 48 hours could either bind them together or shatter their lives forever. The final seconds tick away, intensifying the stakes for all involved. The night was crisp, a blanket of darkness cloaking the city as Lena Morrell stepped out of her bustling newsroom. She carried the weight of her fresh exposé, a blazing revelation of corruption that had wrapped its tentacles around the local police department for too long. Little did she know, this would be her last walk into the night, her last taste of freedom before her world spiraled into a chilling abyss. As Lena drove home, her mind raced with thoughts of the fallout from her article. Each streetlight flickered like a distant warning, and the hum of her car was a lullaby that glossed over the shadows lurking just beyond the pavement. But the tranquility of the evening shattered when her phone fell silent, leaving voids where her thoughts had once flowed freely. The uneasy silence pressed in on her until it became a labyrinth of dread as her car glided toward the old railway bridge, its abandoned figure hanging heavy in the air. Detective Eli Grant arrived at the scene, his heart thrumming with urgency. The car stood like a ghostly sentinel, doors wide open, headlights illuminating nothing but the creeping darkness ahead. Inside the glove compartment, he discovered the USB drive marked "The Breaking Time," an artifact of Lena's perilous journey. Eli's mind raced as he stared at the drive. If this contained the evidence he suspected, Lena had stumbled onto dangerous territory someone wanted to keep hidden. The detective lifted his eyes toward the old railway bridge, a precarious arch where secrets had gathered over the years. He could hear echoes of the past, whispers of those who had vanished without a trace, and knew that Lena's fate now intertwined with their stories. With the USB drive clutched tightly in his hand, a fire ignited within him. It wasn't just a matter of resolution. It was about uncovering the truth no matter the cost. Determined, Eli rallied his team, each word he spoke igniting their spirits with the promise of justice. They knew Lena posed a threat to the shadows, and while darkness enveloped her, the light of truth must be forged anew. They would not rest until they uncovered the threads of conspiracy that had snared Lena, until the darkness that claimed her was illuminated by the power of the revelations contained within the drive. The hunt had begun, and there was no turning back. The clock strikes 10 on a seemingly ordinary Saturday morning, but for Detective Grant, danger lurks beneath the surface. With only 12 hours remaining until everything crumbles, the urgency thickens the air, making each breath feel heavy with tension. A USB drive containing encrypted files rests ominously on his desk. As he delves into the footage, Grant's unraveling a web of each exchange surrounding city officials and their nefarious dealings. Briefcases exchanged in dimly lit corners, timestamps indicating high-stakes moments that could alter lives forever. The hidden voice echoes in his mind, a countdown to dread. It reverberates through his thoughts, instilling a chilling sense of foreboding. With time slipping away, desperation fuels his advance into the dark underbelly of the city. But the deeper he investigates, the more entangled he becomes. Every lead morphs into a trap on the walls, engulfing him in a tightening grip. Witnesses evaporate as if swallowed by the earth itself, leaving behind nothing but confusion. Everyone involved seems disinterested in truth, as if a veil of conspiracy hangs over the very fabric of the city. Evidence disappears with alarming frequency, leaving Grant questioning which allies remain and who might be complicit in this grand scheme. With the clock ticking menacingly, the city transforms into an adversary. Him, who can he trust? Streets shifting under his feet like a mirage. Grant races against time, every tick of the clock a reminder of impending darkness. His narration grows grave, reflecting his spiraling despair. Every minute was a grain of sand slipping through a clock I couldn't stop. In a race where every second counts, will he unveil the truth before it vanishes? Or will the city consume him closer to unraveling the enigma? The stakes wonders if any truth can withstand this storm. What lies beneath the surface could either save the city or plunge it into chaos. Each step further embroils him in danger, compelling him to confront his deepest fears. The city may be working against him, but he isn't ready to surrender. With determination etched on his face, Grant pushes forward, driven by the hope of exposing the truth even as darkness beckons. The weight of urgency hung in the air as Saturday dawned, the clock ticking down towards an unknown fate. Detective Grant stared at the USB drive on his desk, its stark presence a constant reminder that 12 hours had already slipped away. Encrypted files lay within, concealing secrets that could unravel the dark dealings of city officials, caught in the act of exchanging briefcases that hinted at corruption. With a heavy heart and a sharper mind, Grant delved into the digital labyrinth of the USB. Footage flickered to life, revealing shadowy figures in whispered conversations. The stakes escalated when a voice echoed ominously through the recordings, sending shivers down his spine. "You've got 48 hours, Lena, before everything you know disappears." The warning was clear, yet the purpose behind it remained shrouded in mystery. The investigation turned into a web of deception, where every lead morphed into a swirling trap. Witnesses who had initially come forward dissolved into thin air, as if the city conspired to silence them. Evidence that once glimmered with promise was hastily erased, leaving behind a desolate space where truth should have thrived. Each moment spent investigating felt like a futile attempt against an unseen enemy, manipulating events from the shadows. Grant's mind spiraled into darkness where paranoia thrived like a parasite. His narration grew heavy with dread as he mused, "Every minute was a grain of sand slipping through a clock I couldn't stop." The relentless passage of time became an adversary in its own right, a specter lurking behind each corner of his investigation. The shadows of the city seemed to pulse with unseen life, as if every alley, every streetlight bore witness to his struggles. The possibility of failure loomed larger than ever. As the clock ticked relentlessly, tinging each passing second with the weight of consequence, Grant's resolve hardened. He would not let the powers that be erase the truth. With only hours left, he prepared to unlock the secrets buried deep within the city's heart, determined to reclaim the missing hours and illuminate the darkness before it swallowed them all. In the wake of Lena Morrell's exposé, the city of Ravenwood awakens to chaos and uncertainty. News outlets buzz with details of the corruption and deceit that had permeated every layer of local governance. Each flickering screen broadcasts the stark reality of arrests, a web of guilty individuals ensnared by the truth she courageously unveiled. But as the city grapples with these revelations, a haunting shadow looms large, her absence felt deeply by those who sought justice. Detective Grant stands resolute on the bridge where Lena's car was discovered. The rain taps against the concrete as though echoing his somber thoughts. Memories flood back, revealing glimpses of Lena's relentless pursuit of truth, her laughter, her fiery spirit ignited by a passion for justice. Now the rain mingles with his unsteady breath, mingling sorrow with anger. What happened to her? He wonders, searching for answers beneath the dark, rippling waters below. As the clock strikes midnight, the city remains in turmoil. Citizens gather, commanded by an unyielding thirst for answers. Candlelight flickers in gutted streets, their soft glow illuminating the fear and resolve etched on their faces. The rain softens, yet the tension in the air thickens. They mourn the loss of Lena, yet pay tribute to her bravery. A community that had once been shackled by silence now stands united, driven by the very truth she had fought to expose. Lena's face is everywhere, a beacon of hope amidst devastation. Ravenwood, forever changed, now wears the scars of betrayal. Detective Grant clenches the bridge railing tight, grappling with the weight of failure and the resolve to find Lena, a soul lost to the very truth she espoused. "She gave us the truth, and it cost her everything," he murmurs as the rain washes away the remnants of Friday's naive ignorance. 48 hours, that's all it took. But the fight is far from over. The community will continue to seek answers, driven by the unyielding spirit of Lena Morrell, champion of justice in a time of darkness. With every news segment, with every voice that rises in protest, Lena's legacy grows, The city awakens not with fear alone, but with the power of rage and resilience. As shadows intermingle with the light of truth, Ravenwood stands poised on the brink of transformation, fueled by a promise to find the one who revealed so much, all at the cost of her own being. In remembrance of Lena, the pursuit of justice will never wane.